All right, we are recording our very first podcast.
We'll see how this
Um,
goes.
yes, this is called Elephants in the Practice Room.
Elephants in the practice.
And
So, yeah.
go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I was going to say I loved that idea because I was driving my daughter. I was driving Anna to school and I was like, "Hey, we're
Mhm.
doing this podcast called Elephants in the Practice Room." And she didn't understand what that was. And then I
Mhm.
started saying, "Well, like all the things that we know happens in real life as musicians that nobody really talks about." And she's like, I that would be really good. And then she started putting out some
Mm.
ideas,
Mm.
and I think that you're gonna like some of them too. But sorry, I already
Okay.
interrupted you, and we're only 45 seconds in.
We're good. We're good. So yeah, when we're trying to kind of come up with a title, um, I was trying to come up with something that was, you know, kind of provocative, something that was going to be, catchy and get people's attention, right? And what we're doing is we're talking about things that are definitely on people's minds, but never talked or not talked about as widely in the classical music industry, right? And the reason I liked it, what calling it in the practice room is because I don't know about you, but okay, so we should preface this. We both went to, you know, traditional music schools, right?
Still paying
Uh,
for it.
oh no, you're almost there, right?
Just being honest. Yeah, I'm
Almost
almost there,
there.
right in time to send
That's
my
good.
kids to college. So
That's good. That's why we're here, being honest.
transparency, transparency.
Yes. So I liked the idea because when you go to traditional music school, there are practice rooms galore in the building, right? And sometimes when you are a bougie harpist like myself, you get your own practice room, in fact.
It's like called the harp room, right?
No,
It's
no,
like,
no, no, no,
don't
no,
you get like your own
no.
key?
Yes, but let me tell you, it was my practice room. I did not share it. It was
Is this for
mine.
undergrad and grad school or just
Undergrad,
just
undergrad.
undergrad?
Yes.
Okay.
Bougie undergrad. Yes.
Did you decorate
Anyway,
it or anything?
yeah, of course I did. Good
Of course
question.
you
Yeah,
did. Of course you
of
did.
course I did. But anyway, it was this tiny room, but it was mine, right? It was like a second bedroom, dumping ground, whatever. Had the harp in it, had the bench in it. But the point is, it was great because I never had to move my harp out. I could always just go there, practice, not have to spend time moving crap around, right? The blessing was I had this room that was mine and devoted to me, so I didn't have to walk around the building looking for a practice room, right? The curse was that everyone knew where my practice room was. So if I wanted to like hide and get work done, it was not
Everyone knew where to
too
find you.
successful. Yeah. So,
Is this
but
like before cell phones? Or is this like right?
no, cell phones had just
Okay.
come out. Yeah, I
Just
got
come
a
out.
cell phone. Yeah, so I got a cell phone as a senior in high school.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, but you were a couple years ahead of me. So did you have a cell
Just
phone
a
in
couple.
in college?
I got my first cell phone in undergrad, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
the Nokia flip phone thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I've got other horror stories of cell phones going off in rehearsals and things. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh yeah. Well, we can talk about all that.
yeah.
Um, so anyway, the practice room was this kind of great place where, let's be honest, a lot of the socialization went on in the conservatory, right?
Mm.
Because everybody
Teachers
was
aren't
there all
floating
the
around.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Teachers aren't
Everybody was
floating
there.
around.
Yeah.
Everybody's there. Everybody kind of heads out in the hallway to like take a
Yeah.
break or get some
Take a
air.
break, chit chat.
Yeah, like talk
And
trash
frankly,
about how our
frank,
reads
yes,
suck.
I was just about to say,
Mm.
unfortunately, a lot of gossip, a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
that's where you get the gossip.
Right. People
Yeah.
are talking about real things and in the practice room. And so there's another reason why I was like, yes, the practice room. I mean, I told my husband, who's not a musician, the title for the podcast, and he was like, okay. Like he didn't get it, he didn't like it. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, musicians are gonna get it. They're gonna like it. He's like, because we call it like the practice room is a thing. He's
Uh-huh.
like, oh, okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
So
No,
I'm
Ragu
glad
totally
that
got
you
it.
like it,
Yeah,
and Raghu
I
liked
love
it.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, Ragu liked it. My husband, Ragu.
yeah.
But he's a musician as well. And like
Mm-hmm.
we went
He
through
gets it.
undergrad together. So he gets it. He gets that's where all the like hard work like
Yeah, you work
yeah, that's where
hard.
the
You
grind
the
happens.
grind, the real
Yeah.
work, the day in day out.
The
Um,
tears, the
I was gonna
tears,
say you have some meltdowns.
the
You
anxiety,
maybe
the depression, like
yeah,
starts growing there. Yeah.
all
If
of
you're
it
a
is
double A
there.
player, the
It's
blood
real.
from cutting ourselves. I didn't cut
Yeah.
myself very much, but yeah.
How many times did people like I don't know about you, but how many times did people hide in the practice room
Oh,
and like
I still hide in the practice room, like when I work sometimes. Uh-huh.
yeah,
You
but
can
I
turn
bet
the
you
lights
don't.
off and
I bet yes, but I bet you don't hide from security and try and stay the night
no,
at this
did you do
point in your
that?
life. At this point
No,
in your life.
no. I mean, I have a practice room in my house. Like I just,
Right, right.
you
You
know,
don't need to do that anymore.
it's a common area space, but they all ignore me when I
Um,
practice anyway.
yes, I did never stayed overnight completely, but yes, I definitely stayed past hours, and
Was
just like hid
was it
until
open
they
like
left.
24 hours though?
No, no, it was not open
Okay.
24 hours. No,
Okay.
it was like open till midnight, I think, and then you know you had to get out. But I mean, frankly, that's a whole other topic. Like, why should you be practicing past midnight? No, but uh, the things you do in college to be number one, right? Anyway, okay, so that's why how we came up with the title. That's kind of leads us to what we're talking about. We're talking about sensitive topics, things that aren't widely discussed within the classical music industry. Wanting to, give these things, a real voice and hopefully help people to navigate them a little better and find, tools, resources,
Yeah.
and let people know they're not alone. Offer support.
No. Um, I love this idea because I think, as classical musicians and it's like as an oboist, the expectation was go to fancy schools, learn all the
Mhm,
excerpts, take the
mhm,
auditions, win the auditions, and then that's your job. You play in an orchestra, maybe have a few students. And I think an elephant in the room for me that I discovered way too late in life was that it doesn't flip and need to look like that. There are so many other like lucrative paths to being a
for sure.
performing musician or just a musician and I think we have, some fun guests like lined up to talk more about those
Yeah.
different avenues. But that was my elephant was as an oboe player. Now, as an oboe player, I also did my undergrad at Berklee College of Music, which is weird. And anybody who knows Berklee associates it with not classical music and not oboe
Mhm.
players. And I think that gave me some perspective outside of just, you know, other classical musicians who go to music school and on that path. But still, like, when I got to grad school, it was just that grind to, get into Tanglewood and to get
Mhm.
in these festivals and win these orchestra jobs. So I'm really excited to help younger musicians explore that
Mhm.
there's all these different ways and different ways to think about a career at this point because it would have saved me so many tears.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
because we don't talk about it and you feel so alone. And
Mhm.
yeah,
For
and
sure.
everybody's going through it.
For sure. For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot that's left unsaid between, you know, colleagues, studio mates, and also um, teachers and students.
That I'm really excited to talk about that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to give you a little more insight. We told you kind of what we're doing. Now we're going to tell you who we are. Okay, like who are these weird girls talking to you?
Yeah. Tell me who you are.
Okay, so I'm a Virgo. Apparently, Jolene wants to talk about this.
Her name is Sarah Oliver.
I'm Sarah
She's a
Oliver.
Virgo.
I'm a Virgo.
She likes
Jo-
chocolate.
Jolene, I do like chocolate. Jolene Chashadri is an Aquarius, and together we are a duo. We are a harp and oboe duo.
Mhm.
And So, Jolene, go on and tell me about. Apparently, she sent me a TikTok. She was about to tell me before we got on the recording, but I wanted to like, hey, save it. Let's hear it
She
on the
stopped
recording.
me. Yeah, such a Virgo
Anyway,
thing to say. Yeah, you got just
okay,
go watch the
really,
TikTok when we're done because it's about
okay.
just the relationships between Virgos and Aquariuses. And if you
Oh,
believe in that kind of stuff, it's kind
well,
of
tell
fun.
us
But
about
it's
it. Tell us,
well, it
like,
was basically like it starts off with like so they seem like they'd be very different people, but they are both very neurotic. And they're
oh,
highly intelligent, but they are very picky about the details and the communication. And Virgo
mm,
tends to be a little bit more, and I love you. This is just what the TikTok said, but Virgo tends to be a little bit more judgmental, and Aquarius tends to be a little bit more hypocritical, like as in we preach things,
mm,
but we don't necessarily do them.
mm.
Anyway, just go watch the TikTok. But
Okay, I will watch
I'm
it.
Jillian Seshadri. I'm an Aquarius, and
Mm-hmm.
we all live here in Texas, at least
Mm-hmm.
in this moment.
Yes.
I'm an oboe player and an
Mm.
English horn. I am a wife and I have 2 kids that are teenagers, and that's a whole other podcast on its own.
Yeah.
They're both musical kids. Um, and my life is pretty packed full right now, but it's like that beautiful chaos. And that thing that people say that the days are long but the years are short, like I'm really feeling that right now. So
Mm,
it's from a mom standpoint for sure.
mm.
um I
And
teach.
did you
Go ahead.
feel comfortable sharing your age range?
I am
Or you don't have to.
older than 40 but younger
Yeah.
than 50.
Okay, great.
So
That's helpful.
yes, yeah. No,
Helpful.
I was 45 this year. So, but I know you
Mm,
can't tell because I
no.
just wear a lot of sunscreen. The Korean sunscreen, you need to get in on this.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
I teach a lot, and
Hmm.
I have about 30 students. Um, and we can talk about that more later because I know that that's a
Yes.
surprise to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And but it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff, and you're
Okay.
not going to be upset with me because
Why would
I'm
I be
crossing any
upset, Jolene?
boundaries.
Why?
Well, I have a teenage son who's a driver now, and our insurance is stupid. And I'm like, we're not starving, but a little bit of extra income on top of that. So I picked up some other stuff. We'll get there. Um,
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah,
perform
let's
a lot.
save that.
Yeah,
Let's save that for the next podcast. You'll have to tune in
sure.
for the next one to hear about how Jolene went from 17 students last week when we last talked to 30. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll fight about
Anyway,
it later.
right, because yeah, I was trying to help her think through boundaries, but we'll talk about that later. Okay.
Well,
Anyway, um, we all have our own decisions to make. I
Aquarius, right?
mean,
I say something and then I just do the opposite, right?
but
That's
no, I'm not going to judge you for it. I mean, you do
oh,
you.
oh, okay.
Anyway, okay. You have anything else you want to share about you?
I love to play. I love to perform. Um, and I love to perform with Sarah, my duo partner.
Mm,
We
thank you.
make our programs and do our own arrangements, and that's really a really soul filling part of my life. But I also play with a lot of the orchestras in the area. So
Hmm.
there's symphonies here in Austin and San Antonio and Corpus. And so I'm technically a freelancer. I operate as an independent contractor with my oboe teaching studio and my gigs. But right now I'm just
Right.
in mom mode, and um, it's a lot and it's
Okay.
going so fast. So
We'll talk about that coming up. All right.
sure.
More in depth.
Okay. Who are you?
And
This is
I
Sarah.
am, well, first of all, something that we share is that we are both
Mm.
pet moms.
Oh, I have 3 cats.
Yeah, as do I. So we
Yes.
both have 3 cats. If you judge us as cat ladies, that's okay. We will be fine with it.
That's fine. We'll just judge you back for not liking cats. That tells us everything we need to know.
Yeah, there you go. I also have a dog. And so yes, it's a lot of time taking care of pets for sure. So I am a harpist and I also, wear all the hats like all of you out there. I teach some private students. I recently stopped teaching for a college that I was teaching for several years. Um, and I'm focusing more time on training private clients in health and wellness. So I'm also a clinical Pilates instructor, and I, train a lot of clients that way as well. So
hmm
making all the pieces fit together is always a big challenge, and that's something we'll talk about in our next episode as well.
Can you just explain a little bit more about what do you mean, like from clients in a health and wellness standpoint? Is it like rehab? Just
Right.
you're talking about artists and musicians and that particular community, that
Yes.
side
So
of
I do
life
teach.
balance, right?
Yeah. So I teach the
Yeah.
I teach general public Pilates classes, and then I also work more specifically with musicians.
Oh, with the
Um,
Studio Da Capo side. Yes.
yes. So I
Yeah.
have an online business called Studio Da Capo, where I
hmm
work with musicians, specifically in mentorship, working toward their resilience and working toward a sustainable career. And that takes a lot of forms, right? It's a mental and a physical,
hmm
um, ongoing battle, that we have to keep awareness of. And so I'm really passionate about helping artists really thrive in that way.
hmm
And we can
And
talk more about
you're
that on
really good
another podcast.
yeah, you're really good at that though too.
Oh, thank you.
Just
That's kind of,
you're a
yeah.
planner. You're such a planner.
Thank you.
You
Thank
even
you.
she even still has like a real planner, like made of paper and
I do love my
a
paper
pen.
planner. I
Yeah.
love writing. Yes, I
Yeah.
actually wrote down a lot of our topics that we were, trying to plan. I
Like
wrote
on
them
real
down on
paper.
paper first. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a fact. Like you learn better and you
I
you
know.
think
I'm not
better, and it's a
judging.
different part of your brain you're
I
using it.
know. Look,
Like I can be more creative, all of it.
girl, I'm on an iPad in orchestra, but I
Right.
always have hard copies of the music under my chair
Right.
because I'm
Right.
Gen
I
X
know.
and I just can't commit
Right.
100%.
You can't
So
commit 100%. I get it.
I
I
love
too
that about
can't
you. I love
rely
that you
completely on
appreciate
technology.
a good paper. You also
Yeah.
send lots of like thank you cards and holiday cards, and a lot of people
You,
don't do
an
that.
old
You
lady. I
do.
know. Old
Yeah,
lady.
but I love them, and
Oh,
that's
thank
who
you.
you are. That's the type of person that you are. Like it's the
Yes.
details.
I'm an
Yeah.
old soul. Speaking of which, I like history a lot. That's another thing. And I will
Mm.
often nerd out on when we build our programs out, as a duo, I will often, you know, make Jolene listen to all the fun facts that I found about the
I've learned
pieces and the
so
time
much.
period and all the stuff. Yeah.
We still haven't
So
talked about the end of Bridgerton yet. Just
you
saying.
mean Gilded Age?
Oh, Bridgerton. Oh my gosh. I think I saw something other. I don't know why Bridgerton was on. Yes, yes, Gilded
Gilded
Age.
Age,
Okay,
yes.
it's Friday. I'm tired. Yes,
It
Gilded Age.
is. I know it's Friday
Will
afternoon. Yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
we'll have to catch up about Gilded Age when we're stop recording. But yes, we both fans of that. And I have another period show to tell you about that we have started and
Is it the
enjoy.
one in Ireland? Is it going to be the Irish one? There's a new one coming out in
No.
September. Yeah.
No.
I'll pull it up.
Oh,
I'll find it.
Guinness, House of Guinness?
Yes, yes.
I've
Yeah.
heard about it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to check into it.
Yeah.
But no,
We
this one
bookmarked it already.
is an Australian show. You know how I'm obsessed with the Australians.
You
Um,
do. Yes.
yeah, a little bit. Anyway, okay, so we'll talk about that later. But anyways, okay, what else? So I am also married, and my partner's name is Matt. I think I mentioned that before. And then what else about me? I play gigs here and there. I don't play a ton of gigs anymore. I've just decided it's not really something I
But
fully enjoy.
you choose
So
gigs that you love to play now.
that's
And I
right.
think
I
that's kind
I
of part of
choose
this conversation,
right.
right?
Yeah. So
That
I'm I'm a little bit more
discerning.
discerning. That was the word that I was looking for.
hmm
I don't want to say picky, but a little more discerning
You're
about
picky too. Yeah.
well, okay.
Things that bring you
I guess
joy,
I'll
like the
take it.
gigs that you
Right.
love.
Exactly.
Good.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't take everything that comes my way anymore. And that's okay. That's good. So anyway, okay. I think we've covered it. I think we've introduced ourselves to you. This is a little bit shorter episode than our other typical episodes. I think we'll be glad to have you listening, and we'll see you in the next one.